Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's exhibition match of Azure Dreams Random Toolkit Tournament. I am your host, John King. I'll be doing the commentation today, and I'm waiting for another commentator to come along shortly. Today, we're going to have SandKnight versus SepticTank. SepticTank is in the tournament currently, and SandKnight is one of our admins in the Discord server and fellow speedrunner of the game. So it's going to be a fun match to watch. So we're almost getting ready here. We're scheduled to take off in just about 3 minutes here. So before we get started, we would like to know if you know anything about the game here. When you're starting off the game, you get a random pet, random monster to start, and your first 5 starting items will also be randomized. You'll get a random weapon, a random shield, a random spell ball, medicinal herb to start, and a random egg, which will be a secondary monster. Everybody will start with the blue color, which means that they will be able to fuse the monster right away if they do so choose. That being said, would you guys like to take your guesses on what the starting monsters will be?
Oh, what's your guess gonna be?
Oh, welcome in, Plushie.
Thank you.
My guess is, I want to see a, what haven't we seen?
We've seen a fair bit of like Palumpas and a lot of Arachne. I'm like, there's one other. I think we've seen a fair few Wee Dogs as well.
I want to see a Maxim seed. There we go. I want a Maxim this time around.
Oh, a Maxim. Oh, that would be so pretty. I don't think I played with one of those even. I'd like to see a noise. I haven't got to play with one of those either. But we also haven't seen a Cune. I'm gonna get mad if I see a Cune. Actually, we have seen a Cune, at least one, but I don't want to see
a wind Cune. That'll be funny. All right, looks like both our runners are ready, so we're going to do the countdown, and we'll be taking off shortly.
That is super exciting. I think it's been quite a bit since SandKnight's run a race. And if he gets a bloom, I don't think he's going to be sad about it. He seemed to like blooms in previous conversation.
All right, the countdown has begun.
Nice.
We got SandKnight's name is Teach, and SepticTank is not hoping for a bloom. It's very evident with his name. He says, "No bloom, please." All right, here we go.
I said the thing about the bloom before I even noticed Septic's name.
Oh, Shiny says last time Sand raced, he beat Septic.
Oh, it's a Palumpa.
Oh, perfect. I've been waiting for a Palumpa seed. So if you guys don't know, Palumpa is like the worst monster in the game. It really has no feasible usability at all in the game besides just fodder.
You also get one from Selfie, so I love it.
Well, you get the egg stole, so I mean...
Yeah. I love that event. Oh, and it's a wind variety.
Oh, it's a vanilla Palumpa.
Except it's very red looking because colors are question mark.
No, wait, Palumpa's a water, naturally. I don't know what I'm talking about right now. So we're gonna Blaze Ball, and we're gonna see shortly what a Scarlet Egg. Even though the names of the eggs are different, it is the same monster, and it's a Viper, so I'm very sure he's probably gonna fuse the Palumpa into the Viper.
A monster that usually eats the eggies.
Yeah,
and since they got the Palumpa as their starter, it's gonna have the magic Dio heal.
Yeah, so I could see him fusing it into the Viper to unlock the Viper spell, because since the Viper was hatched in the egg, his spell isn't naturally unlocked, so he would have to fuse to unlock it. So I think that's what they're gonna do.
What spell does the Viper get? But even at that, they also get that heal too.
Yeah, the heal is decent in its own right. We got a holy scroll.
Appreciating the steel shield.
Look like SandKnight decided to keep the wand instead of fishing for more.
Oh, there's the heal in action. It's a good thing that he stepped on it at a diagonal, because if it had hit the Palumpa, I think, yeah, it definitely would have been dead. It's a win Palumpa. That could have made things awkward quick.
Ice shield is nice though.
Oh, so SandKnight is showing, you know, just every trap that the tower has to offer.
So are they gonna use the Palumpa? They just gonna go straight Palumpa straps?
Just straight Palumpa. I mean, Septic does run Palumpa percent.
This is true. He knows how to keep that little guy alive. And especially since he has a spell, so he's not as bad as the initial Palumpa percent is.
I'm throwing the troll sword. The lower levels are so nice for throwing or throwing swords.
Nice for throwing monsters too. I like throwing Palumpas into trolls and
SandKnight use that trap loop immediately. Like, it's floor 2 and I've had enough already. I don't blame you. You hit confusion, you hit a bomb trap, which Septic is not neither of those troubles yet.
I think he hit every trap besides that one. Which is
No, he's gotten like experience off of like 3 of them.
Oh, okay.
So it's at least things to use.
Oh, SandKnight's taking the lead, moving on to floor 3. So if you guys don't know, the rules of this match is each player gets an hour, and within that hour they got to make it to the highest floor possible. And the person who reaches the highest floor the fastest will actually take that point in the match. If a person dies or leaves the tower at any point in time within that hour, the time that they entered on that last floor that was on would be their score for the match. See what we got going on here. Very curious. They're both going with wind. It's just a little odd to me. And just like that, Septic has taken the lead.
Whoa, whoops, I used the wind crystal. I've been afraid of that happening.
Or using the wind crystal thinking it's a water crystal because they both start with a W and you're just not paying attention?
No, I'm just worried about misclicking. I'm not good at menuing.
Let's just not pick the wind crystals at all.
Yeah, a lot of people don't even check the crystals under various situations. But I seem to find enough fire crystals that help me out of jams. But then again, even with that, there's that glitch where if it levels you up off screen, you're soft locked. So, and it's so well known that if you get it, you've just lost.
Isn't that glitch fixing the randomizer?
If it is, I haven't got the memo. Oh no, SandKnight's asleep. Yeah, he's just getting his traps out early, and then later he's not going to hit any.
Meanwhile, Septic will hit all of them later on, because that's what Septic does best.
You know, just a casual Septic special, just maybe some paralysis traps.
A little paralysis, a little bit of sleep.
Okay,
so
you were
nearby.
You were coached by Septics. Like, did you get the Septic curse too, where you just suddenly started finding all kinds of paralysis traps? And before you didn't.
Yeah.
See?
I have a few clips of some unfortunate stuff happening when I first started speedrunning.
Oh gosh, during this tournament I did a little practice run and I died on floor 4 because septic special that never ended. Like, how many hits am I gonna take? Okay. All of them. That was the correct answer. The traps do keep it spicy.
Okay, so now the wind is starting to pay off on septic side because they're starting to fight water monsters. So the blooms and the manivas coming up are going to be good farming material. And I give both these runners props for running the Plumpa all the way to the top. This is exactly what I wanted to see. Oh, we see the elevator right there on floor 6 with SandKnight. Septic's on floor 7. Just one step ahead, but they're still in pace with each other. They're moving pretty good. Look like Septic's inventory is slightly better with the 2 holy scrolls.
Well, I mean, oh. He got hungry. He does have the Holy Scroll that he got as bonus from the Barong, but SandKnight does have a Holy Scroll too. Very generous seed, and they've been conserving pretty well. I would imagine one option to not mixing the Viper would be you wouldn't have the 2 different spells to mix with, and honestly, for me, I don't remember what spell Viper has.
Well, they can always mix the Viper into the Plumpa to turn it into a water type. And I'll probably change the spell. I'm not sure what the interaction between that is because I never played with the Plumpa or with the spell unlock, but
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
there is that option.
I think they're happy to have that heal. Oh no! Okay, maybe. I'm sorry, SandKnight.
Well, he's gonna go ahead and use that, change the AI to make him stay in place, and then just go right back there and pick him up.
I thought he was 2 rooms away. Oh gosh, I really thought he was 2 rooms away, and Plumpa's a little squishy.
Yeah, Plumpa's not good on his own, no matter what he does.
But unlocking that heal, definitely worth working.
Man, just look how much MP they have. 40 MP. That is by far the lowest amount of any of the monsters.
Yeah, even Little Monster Book says the weakest monster in the tower.
So weak that they got forced out of the tower and had to go live in the slums of the town. The Palumpas are like little stray kittens.
I love that thought.
Alright, we got both runners on the same floor now. Looks like their map is about equally filled out here, so who's gonna take the lead? Ooh, U-boat dancing on SandKnight side.
Please command the monster.
Just
Also tired.
Just pick up the Palumpa, man.
Oh, he's gonna dance the whole way. What are you doing?
Does he want to check the item or something? Oh, he wants to fight the U-boat.
Ah! I'm like, I know it's gonna be okay.
And now you're in a predicament because now you got that balloon that can one-shot that Palumpa. Or maybe a 2-shot, 3 shots. Either way, it's a bad matchup.
Shani says commentator's gonna learn Sam plays like no one else. No!
We are definitely learning today. Well,
I'm not counting them out.
the kids is gone. Maybe that's commentator's curse, but who knows?
I
I'm gonna
liked
switch
it.
audio over to Septic side because Septic is in the lead slightly, so we're gonna see what's going on over here since he still has Palumpa.
Bringing out the Viper. Viper doesn't have any heals. He's just a little boy.
He's just a little baby Viper.
That was really unlucky. Like, I think that thing only targeted the Palumpa and didn't give him a single bite. More confusion.
You should have just picked the Palumpa up and skipped the U-boat and just walked straight on to the elevator.
I don't know what he was thinking, but I respect it.
But he is in the lead now.
I thought he might go, like, you tend to go a little bit faster whenever you don't have a familiar. And now you don't have that long healing animation, but you also don't have the heal. Sam has always been a super reckless player. That's why I respect it. I'm learning today. And plays compared to the old guard of first runners.
Yes, Sam's
what does the
been
old
around
guard
for a while.
See, this sound like that old grumpy man. Panda says the SandKnight now old grumpy man with Colin Palumpa. Or did he turned into Edward Teach? He already has a black beard.
They're like the three grandfathers of Azure Dreams, this county is saying.
I suppose so.
Okay, what do we got going on here? 4-10. He's doing well. Whatever the playstyle is, he's got a decent pace going, so definitely respect in that sense.
Oh, totally.
He's got to get that Viper up to par, though. The Viper needs just a few more levels before he can actually start dealing some decent damage to these guys.
SandKnight did not care about... Okay, so far I'm noticing he does not care. Oh. About floor disadvantage? Or two bolt trolls?
I think that's the right decision.
The elevator, take it. I mean, he could have just not gone in the room and seen if it went a direction, but no, SandKnight don't care. You want to mess with SandKnight?
SandKnight's just gonna power through the floors. That's what I'm seeing here. He's just like, I'm gonna go until I can't go no more.
Exactly.
Show the tower who's boss.
I like the accent you did with that. Only 1 damage from Viper.
He's not quite there yet. I mean, he's level 3 fighting.
Oh, he is level 3.
11 monster, yeah. SandKnight's a little under level 2. So it's he's got to make it a few more floors. If he can make it to the Garuda floors, they can catch up in levels pretty easily with that fireball and blaze ball he has. But he's gotta make it there.
Hey guys.
And Revan?
Oh, Revan, welcome in. Welcome in.
Thanks for covering for me, John.
No problem.
Little hectic now, new job and everything. You know, trying to get used to the schedule and all. But thanks a lot, appreciate it. What did I miss? Looks like we had a Palumpa seed, maybe.
Yeah,
we had a Palumpa seed, and SandKnight lost Palumpa and now running with his backup Viper, and he is also in the lead by 4 floors right now.
Okay, yeah, Viper, a little difficult to run with without any mixed magic, and it's fairly low level, so he's probably not doing a whole lot of damage either.
Oh, it did one.
Ooh, yeah, that's not good. I'm assuming he's hoping for some kind of an egg to get a mixed magic with him.
I think it's dead now. Oh, no, it isn't. I didn't see. He got it up to 5.
If nothing else, it's another warm body to take hits for him, so...
Definitely. While he hits a 3rd confusion? 3rd or 4th? The traps are loving SandKnight.
Ooh, what do we got here for Holy? Yeah, I think Holy's the option here. That Kraken will
Especially-
easily take care of that Griffin there.
Exactly.
I like that screen turn there. He saw that other Viper, or the other Griffin coming towards him. Suddenly he doesn't want to go that way anymore. I don't really blame him. And this Kraken should be able to take out the 2nd Griffin and have a few hit points left, I would think. I assume he's going to also try to go for a lift while he's in that Holy Beam.
He lifted the Viper.
That's
That's
a good call,
beautiful.
though.
That is. It is. I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah, his Viper could definitely take a hit, but that's about all it would be able to do at this point. And that Kraken's definitely on his last tentacle, as we at the moment.
But for how much
Ooh.
it's done and attacked, oh my gosh, the monster density on this floor. Yep, just take
At
it.
least the lift was nice to him there.
He's been having some really smooth lifts so far, and I want to keep it that way. Oh my god.
Septic seems to be making some decent
The
progress.
Kraken
with
be gone.
a Wind Palumpa, a wind of anything, but especially a Palumpa on these fire floors is incredibly dangerous. Those Griffins, man, they'll take him out, no questions asked.
He does have 2 C-Seeds.
Yeah, I'm wondering why he's still wind at this point.
I am too.
He does have the golf one that may be playing into it a little bit, having the matched wand and mixed magic, but still only dealing 14 damage to a Griffin. That's not really going to cut it. Even with an ice shield on, yeah, taking 12 damage a hit, that's still too much.
Where'd the Viper go? Viper's gone.
Ooh.
It's a go-up trap.
I agree with that. I gotta say, I don't really know who to root for here. Both of these runners are very good friends of mine, so...
If you want to root for the winner, you root for the tower.
That is true. That is very, very true. The tower always wins. A third
Another
CC
CC.
for Septic.
Are
Please,
you
just use
tempted?
it, man. Just use it.
Water strats? Water strats.
I wish he kind of would have checked that sand, but I don't think he really had enough time to with the 2 Krakens there.
I think if I have an exit out of 2 Krakens, I'm just gonna do that.
I saw an Oline there. Yep, he's doubling back for the Oline.
There's so many new elves. Okay, so since we have future sight, since they're seeded runs and they're gonna pretty much run into the same thing if they go to the same areas, at floor 15, Septic's wind strats are probably gonna pay off.
Yeah, the Mules can definitely be a pain to take out with their ability to heal if you
that's
get
good.
them within a certain range. Yeah, they can be kind of a nuisance.
Or he could take a different right and left and never see them. It's like, what? You had trouble on that floor?
That's also very true. The left-right aspect of this game is pretty big. Or, well,
It's
it can
exciting.
be pretty big.
But I'm guessing he's wanting that. Oh,
Ooh,
More
got an
Griffins.
egg on floor 16. That could be all kinds of goodies
Ooh.
there. I have to assume we're gonna see the hatch from SandKnight in this case, but who knows? I mean, like you said, the running familiar list generally does tend to be faster, but
Higher risk, higher reward.
yeah, exactly.
Okay, just lift everything. What are all the things that can be in the egg on 16?
On 16, well, first and foremost, I know it could be a Garuda, which is what they would be wanting to find, but if I take a quick look here, it could also be a Griffin, a Kraken, a Mule, an Arachne, that's also another good choice, a Yucky Picket, a Wee Dog, a Troll, or a Barong. There's a few good ones in there, especially with SandKnight not having any familiar at all right now.
I want to see a Barong or a Newell.
I think a Griffin would be a nice hatch to see. That has a nice mixed magic, a sword mix. And a couple of the other ones would have been alright, like a Mule would actually probably be really good for him as well.
Mm-hmm. You'd be right back to the heel straps.
Yeah, exactly.
Septic just, not Septic, SandKnight just used a trap to paralyze them anyway. And Septic is on floor 15 dealing with the Newells, but it's just like knife through butter.
Wait. Septic didn't hit the that's not right. Something's wrong there.
Oh, he's not to the paralysis level yet. That one's next floor.
Oh, right. We're talking sand side. I'm sorry.
Oh, going back and forth.
Oh, it
It's all-
feels so bad using a blinder ball on a Maneva.
It does.
They're already like the blindest monster in the game.
But if you try to lift it, it's just made of jello. Don't cut in front. Let the Beneva go first. Thank you.
Yeah, we're gonna
Oh.
see the hatch here. Yeah, okay.
But there's
With the safety of the go up trap, I can get behind that.
yeah, he's just getting a couple of warm ups in, and then take the go trap.
Yep, I'm doing some inventory management. Not gonna need poor Palumpa anymore. I assume we're gonna get rid of Viper as well. Yep.
Even if you got a restore scroll at this point.
Yeah, especially the Viper at this point doesn't have a mixed magic or anything. It's drastically under leveled. It's really not going to be much help.
Oh, Septic's. There we go. The Noelle was showing it does the slow thing like we don't like it to do.
That's an interesting. The Garuda there was like sliding.
I noticed that too. It was going sideways.
Using the Palumpa as bait. I like it.
Good bait.
It's got to be good for something, right?
Other than the heals with 40 MP.
It feels so bad using the Palumpa just on so many different levels. It can't even get the full restore out of a PETA.
Mm-hmm. Isn't it the only monster that can't get the full restore out of a PETA?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. 40 is like it's stupidly low for an MP, and it's only a Kraken from the egg on sand side. That's so unfortunate. He's not really gonna get any use out of that.
As spooky as the Krakens are for us on our side, they don't like. Lots of lifts, I love it.
Yeah, they typically don't really make very good familiars. They're great egg bombs though. If he had known ahead of time what it was, that would have made a great egg bomb. These bow trolls are just pounding sand.
They really are. And Septic just ran into a couple of them too.
And he still win too. That's not so great for his Palumpa though.
Yeah, especially since I think he was taking a moment to make sure they line up, because they have a high chance of missing and just going through you and oops, killed your Palumpa. They can also use them to shoot each other though, because they really want to hurt you.
Oh yeah. with their range, I believe that every tile further away from them you are, the less chance they have to hit. So if you can get one stacked behind the other, they have a pretty good chance of hitting their friend while they're trying to hit you. So it can work out pretty nicely for that little bit of extra damage, using them as a meat shield against each other.
Why are we grabbing a room?
Okay. Get some quick XP from the picket there.
I wanted to see some Ice Rock, but he knows Ice Rock for like not the Palumpa is not the best call.
Yeah, Ice Rock is kind of a mixed bag. It can really get you out of some tough situations, but it's also really slow because the monsters are gonna sit there and hit it every single turn until it either dies or disappears.
Yeah, but not only that, but the bow troll doesn't care about it. It just wants to eat you.
That is true. The bow trolls have some special AI where, like, even if they're confused, they'll just attack you every single time anyway. Shoutouts to Chai for that knowledge. I didn't know that until one of his tourney matches and he went down to it, so.
Oh.
That was a pretty good wild back, though.
Oh yay, arachnes. Oh yay, more arachnes, but this one's awake. This is just exit. Manipulating the monster. Yeah, and then there's another one, and now we're spider sandwich.
See, and this is, Septic's actually in a pretty good spot here, leaving his Palumpa's wind now. 37 damage on these spiders. That's an easy 2-hit there. Whereas
you're gonna need it. There's a lot of them.
He can't really fight them at all.
Yeet strats.
Yeah, he's pretty much relying on either the lift and chuck him, or just completely evading him entirely. So it's been working out for him so far, though.
As soon as you say that, though, bomb strats.
Oh yeah. Oh, and a sleep. No, not the sleep. That could be so bad. I've lost so many runs to sleep traps. He's got a tumbler. He can still get out of this. Ice Rock might be a good choice here as well, with that spider coming up.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's slow, but especially for tournament purposes, Ice Rock.
Oh yeah, the safety that it brings, yeah, absolutely. And this spider's gonna turn around on Septic's side. Something about just the way that door frame is, it's gonna walk into that elevated portion and just turn around. Oh, or not, because he's standing too close to the door, I guess. If he had been maybe another tile back, that spider would have just walked away. Can't say I disagree with that, though. With him having the wind Palumpa and the high ground there, that was a pretty solid fight to take, so.
He could, yes.
Yes, that was a beautiful play on Sand's side. Using that elevation to his advantage, I love it. That was beautiful.
He plugged it up with a spider.
You don't see that too often. Usually, it's runners will look for something like that if they have especially a monster train behind them, just trying to get like 1 or 2 things off of them. But plugging that hole up with another sleeping monster, I don't think I've seen that specific use of it yet. That was really cool.
It's a very specific situation, and he had explored most of the floor, so it's not like he wanted to particularly go back in that direction. So it becomes entirely more viable at that point.
Oh.
No! Oh, please do not send him to the next floor blind.
Okay.
Oh, thank you. I don't want to see that happen to anybody.
It feels bad. There was a ball in that room that I know he wanted to check so bad, but he didn't have room for you. He would have had to do inventory management and everything. He just couldn't make it work.
A Septic made a friend. Yes! Throwing monster strats. It feels good. I'm so happy. They're both showing me a bunch of my favorite things.
Oh, and the betrayal. Septic, why, man? Oh, he sees the elevator. I guess that's why. Alright.
I was about to say, what's the betrayal? Oh!
Ooh, the restore
there's
scroll.
Palumpa.
Oh, that's gotta feel kind of bad on some level. Although, I mean, I don't know. Even if he had kept his
Ooh,
Palumpa, I don't
tunnels.
think it would have really been worth bringing the Palumpa back at this point.
Yeah, I have to agree.
He doesn't
I
really
mean,
have much to fight with, so
at best, you might be able to take another heal for dragging another creature around. And even then, you're probably going to be bonked. Hey, that was a
hey,
nice
that
little warp
worked. Yeah,
trap.
yeah, yeah. Got
Also,
that
now
Viper off of
Vipers
his tail. Yeah, so yeah, that was a
win
nice one.
strats.
Yeah, I like that Sand just went straight for the lift there. He does have a Blaze Ball, but he's only got one left. He needs to be really careful about how he uses that.
His lift
Especially on the
percents have
floors
been
coming
like
up
mine.
24 through, I want to say 27 or so, or primarily Wind Monster, so he's going to want to save all of
Oh,
his
look at
fire
all that.
charges. That is a beautiful treasure room.
He just got out of a treasure room where he was like, kind of picking and choosing a couple of things here or there. It's like, oh, maybe I'll need this. And then it's like, hey, there's just 2 balls in this room. If they're weaker recovery, I'm sad.
Pillar!
Pillar!
Oh,
Yes!
yes, lovely. SepticTank also opting to take the Restore Scroll from the treasure room on the previous floor.
It doesn't matter, just lift it. Exactly! I love lift.
Ooh, 2 pillar balls. Oh man, he's pretty stocked now. He's looking pretty good for a solo run. And a monster loop to boot. No more invisible stealths. Gotta love it.
Every time on dish floors. These monsters go straight to monsters area.
Ah, there we go. We've reunited with Palumpa on Septic's side.
How did he get separated?
I didn't see specifically, but I have to assume it was a warp trap.
The Palumpa would have had to have been the one to warp, and with the way they move. With it behind him.
Oh no, that could be so bad.
Please
Oh,
wake up.
oh no, Sand is down on 25 to a misstep. If Septic can reach 26, he's gonna take this round. That was incredibly unfortunate after finding just those 2 pillar balls back to back there. That one misstep and that's really all it takes.
It really does. The game is not meant to be beaten the way we're insulting it, which is why it has traps. And zoos. Don't play with the zoos.
Yeah, realistically speaking, the game only expects you to get to maybe floor 5 or 6 on your first go. Because, well, we don't allow re-entry in our tournaments. In the standard game, any levels that you get on your monsters will persist through the re-entries. So the game expects you to build up your familiars and have them essentially carry you through to certain floors, or find stronger weapons and things like that to help get you through the early floors.
It's also interesting that they have certain mechanics that really only make sense, at least to me, in the or not the the racing kind of situation. We're trying to get to the top fast as you can. Because if you hatch a monster in the tower like we do here so often, you don't get that in regular gameplay. That you lose the monster forever.
Yeah. If you hatch a monster in the tower, you only get it for that climb. But if you hatch it back at home, you get it permanently. So that, reaching floor 26 on Septic, he's going to take the win on this round here. Let's go ahead and let him know.
Oh gosh, I forgot. I was just staring at the tower and the movements and stuff. Oh, there's a brong and an egg. Oh, it would have been cool to see what Sam did with that. Don't play with zoos. Don't play with zoos, kids. I mean, I will, but...
Barongs are great tools, not only because, they're, a slot machine, but once they run out of MP, they're great for just throwing them at other monsters, get them turned around, blocking off hallways, and all kinds of different things. They're really, really nice.
You understand the beauty that is Meef.
Oh yeah, that Meef. How could I forget Meef? The Some of the default like suggested names for some of the monsters are pretty funny.
One of my other favorite is oh gosh, Tyrant. I almost
Carol.
called it Berserker. Exactly.
Yeah, I remember Carol.
Especially whenever you just have a room full of Carols, it's like, yep, Carol. But Carol can also be used to kill its buddies in the tower, and they just are confused, and then they die. I love Carol.
Yeah, that's another prime example of a monster that's pretty decently designed in the tower, but makes a
Oh,
pretty awful familiar. It's
trying
got
to
a
give y'all a
decent mixed
message.
magic, but its ability to berserk actually is just a complete waste of time. Not only will it still attack you and whatever other monsters you have out, but every melee attack that it does, instead of costing 1 MP, jumps up to 8. And it doesn't get like a damage boost or a crit boost or anything like that. It's just a complete waste of time.
Especially when if you're right by it, it's probably going to kill you.
Oh yeah, they will not hesitate. Anything nearby is a target. And it looks like both of our seeds are good here. So we should be ready to be going here any minute now. So, chat, I don't think we've asked yet, but what monsters would you like to see for our starter and egg combo? I'm thinking I'd like to see... I definitely want to see a killer at some point in this tournament, but I'm thinking
I
for
would
right
adore
now...
seeing a killer. I want to see some big boys. I want to see some nice physical attackers, a dragon, killer. I'd love to see what they did with a Carol.
I'm thinking a noise this time. Just
I
because
want to see a noise so bad.
it's one of those things that we don't see very often, like killer, napless, noise. There's a lot of monsters that we want to play just because you don't really use them too much in the standard game or in any percent race. But they seem to be pretty rare in our tournament seeds as well. So it'd be nice to see any one of those three. Although I think we did have a napless seed the other day. I want to say, wasn't too long ago.
Yeah, usually Lamppost just gets eaten.
Interesting, as a starter, U-Boat has a unique form of mixed magic.
It takes forever.
It really does, depending on its element. The water version, I believe is called Siryu or something like that, and it's a really cool water dragon that flies around and hits everything on the screen. It's really, really cool, but also really, really slow. And I believe it's the one spell that's actually coded backwards for the other ones. The fire spell is actually like wind or water. I forget what exactly the combination is, but one of the elements is actually not
Fire
coded
U-boat.
correctly, and it's a fire U-boat. Okay, and we have
and an evolution
interesting egg. Yeah,
or it's a Cune. I don't want to see
yeah,
a
please
Cune.
don't let it be a Cune. We've seen too many Cune already. But this could be any kind of an evolved monster.
I'm betting Bat Noel.
And if it is a good one, okay, Metal's a solid choice. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say we're gonna see both runners swap to the Metal and use the U-boat for scouting purposes, would be my guess.
That does sound like a good plan.
I would like to see at least one of them actually run with the U-boat, though. We don't see its mixed magic nearly often enough.
I haven't seen the fire one, I don't think.
Yep, it looks like both of them are going to be swapping to that Metal. I can't say I blame them. Metal is a really solid choice. It has double defense, so it's a really tanky thing. It's not particularly strong, but it also does come with a spell already unlocked in the form of Lowbind, which is an AoE spell.
Like that.
Yep,
Also,
just
SandKnight
like
gave a message, chat heart. And he decided to take that hit so he could get the AoE for the room. And then both. Oh! That didn't work.
We have a theme on Septic side. He's got his scout and his guardian.
I love it. It's adorable.
I like when runners take time out to name their familiars like that. I'm a little surprised to see that Sand didn't opt to equip that Blizzard Sword. The AoE magics actually don't get any benefit from a wand specifically.
Mm-hmm.
And having the Blizzard Sword, that's a 5 damage sword, so that would be able to carry him pretty much all the way up to like floor 10 or so.
But it is a paralysis one.
That is true. It is true.
If you're gonna have one, I might as well beat that one.
He does also run the risk of getting cursed with the Blizzard Sword as well, so I can see why he wouldn't necessarily, but...
Septic's opted to do the same thing, just not using it with the magic, just bonking.
Yeah, and I gotta say, I prefer that method more, because the AoE magics, I believe they cost 4 per cast. So it can be really draining to use them all the time. So you really want to try to limit how much you use them, especially early on, when you don't have very many options for restoring MP.
Mm-hmm. But then also go fast. Oh, and Septic also switched back to the sword, so he's using both.
Oh,
which there was the risk of... Oh no, Slaptrap. The risk of, I'm told that the risk of curse is low. That's not been my experience.
It certainly doesn't feel like it. I believe you do have a better chance of it not being cursed, but in the moment, it really doesn't feel like it. And yeah, John pointing out, it is actually a +1 Blizzard Sword, so that's a 6 attack sword now with the water element, so that's going to be doing Septic really well for a while. He might even be able to use that on, you know, floor 10 or 11 maybe, especially if he can change the element of his metal there, so he can be a little tankier and maybe get a few more hits off just to save some MP. Just another paralyzed wand. Ah, there we go. Nice use of the mixed magic there. Getting rid of that Maneva in just one blow. Oh, and there's a is there a balloon in there, or am I just seeing things? Oh no, there was a balloon in there. Okay. Oh man, Sam's really blowing through his MP here. I wonder what he's planning. Maybe he's not planning on using the metal for the whole tower?
Well, I mean, he hasn't. Either the tower will provide, or it won't. That's my guess.
He could be banking on the fact that.
Oh no!
Ooh,
a dead end.
That's actually fairly uncommon to have a single entry to a room, and that's a prime example of the AoE mix there. If you're in a room, it only hits the room. There is the exception with the fire version, but we'll talk about that if it comes up, I suppose. Yeah, but back to what I was saying, I think he might be banking on that Pitas are really common. I believe the game actually attempts to give you one every 5 or so floors. I'm not saying that you're gonna be guaranteed to get it or, you know, find it if you're not scouring the whole floor, but
yeah,
the game does try to throw you a bone every once in a while.
Yeah, I think I had a block with, maybe it was with Fuga, and I was kind of like, okay, I know Chai said that these like are supposed to pop up commonly. That's not been my experience, but I'm gonna bet on that for the amount of knowledge that I currently have, and it was a no, and I just kind of left it to die. Like, it would have been an easy save. I chose not to be inconvenienced.
I really like how both runners are utilizing the elemental shields here.
Oh, me too.
It's a little tedious swapping back and forth, but especially early game, it is having a good shield is very worthwhile. Later on, not so much, but generally a lot of our runners will opt for a leather shield or a mirror shield, depending on what you happen to prefer or find.
Mm-hmm.
But the elemental shields are definitely a solid choice as well.
Although I did get yelled at, don't run with Earth Shield.
Oh
because
yeah.
traps are winds.
The elemental shields are not all made the same.
Oh no, wait, they're fire.
Yeah, the earth shields, you definitely don't want to be entering rooms with them in case you hit that bomb trap. You're going to take an extraordinary amount of damage. In fact, if you equip one...
Septic found it too.
Oh, but he's got even a worse situation.
He got a balloon with it.
Is he going to... Okay.
He's going to start to bring them in there. He's been doing things like picking up a Palumpa and putting it down just to have a pile of monsters whenever possible. To just make the absolute most of the 4 MP.
Yeah,
or 8 if it takes more.
It's
really solid.
How you want to do it, yeah. If you can pull it off, yeah, that's really how you want to do it. Get more bang for your buck that way. And yep, switching to the fire shield, just instantly taking 1 damage, well 2. Oh, he's just so much worse for Septic.
It really
was
is.
pretty much in and out, and Septic not so much.
I think SandKnight had been through most of the level before that, and I think Septic might have just beelined it somehow.
Oh, it looks like Sand opted to equip his Blizzard Sword as well, and now is fighting balloons with it. Even with it being, yeah, 12 damage is pretty good, even for a water sword against a water monster there. That's pretty good damage.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little surprised that with both runners using the metal and it being wind, that they didn't kind of rush through the first 5, which is primarily like fire monsters, so they could scour these floors where they can get better use of the mixed magic. Not that any particular method is right or wrong per se, but we have seen both work and not work for that matter in previous matches, so it just feels so good when you just one-shot everything in a room with it. And a tandem elevator.
Holy Bell.
Holy Bell, that's a nice find. What are we going to even having the wind monster and a tanky one at that, you still don't really want to mess with U-boat. Well, actually, especially now, because with the U-boat being the starter, all U-boats are now actually fire-based with their spell unlocked. So,
yep.
That's something that I need to remember for my matches. I actually forgot about that in the last match. Thankfully, it didn't bite me too much, but it was a
it wasn't.
reminder.
Y'all had done glitched entry, so you didn't know about the monster, but y'all both found out because they attacked you with a spell.
Yeah. That pickets can be really scary if they're the starter ones. Lowdown is bad enough with it potentially taking off a level, but if they cast it, they can potentially hit you with it twice. And if they're off element, they're gonna lower either your attack or your defense instead of your level, and that can really mess with like your internal damage calculation or anything anything. Like your normal strategy that you have muscle memorized, all of a sudden you have lower defense, you're taking more damage, so it can kind of mess with you a little bit. Sand running out of MP on his metal, unfortunately. Doesn't really have any means of getting it back at the moment. Could feed it that wake up and give it like 3 MP, or, okay, just opting to bag it for now.
I thought so. You gonna bring up the U-boat, scout, sneak.
Oh yeah, is he gonna do the zoom strats? No, okay.
Oh, the zoom in?
Yeah, if you zoom in, the U-boat will actually scout the map faster if you zoom in, because the map gets displayed once the U-boat is off screen. So having less of the map visible will make it scout faster, but it's also kind of tedious and annoying to do it all the time, so I don't really blame him for not doing it.
It's also like for my hands, I'm trying to force myself to do it, but it is very confusing. It's just a dreaming egg.
Just a dream. Yeah, I don't think we're really gonna see any use for that. That'll probably be food at some point if I had to guess. It's not even a good egg bomb. It's a weak monster, and it has a chance to try to use its sleep ability, which just has a terrible hit rate, so... Ooh, did Septic maybe forget that his U-boats are fire? I think it looked like he was expecting that U-boat to die.
Yeah, he's having a spin.
Yeah, I think he realized his mistake there really quick. Thankfully, he still had that ice shield on. Otherwise, he would have taken a lot more damage there. Sand on floor 12 already. He's got a pretty decent pace going. And this U-boat's just gonna keep that speed up for the most part.
And then he's got those herbs for one more bout with the U-boat. And I was about to say, did he pick up another truth glasses? Because he's got one truth glasses sitting in his inventory.
It's kind of a shame that Sand actually missed the Dreamin' Egg. Because he had the truth there, he'd be able to know what it was as well, and just decide that it's food or something for one of his monsters.
Oh yeah, he could have fed either the U-boat or the block and gotten it back in.
I do like identifying the fireball there. That's going to be his main source of attack soon. And a 7 charge one is actually a fairly high charge amount, so that's a pretty solid one to have identified there.
I think he found the truth after the egg, though. I'm not sure. Because he is double the floors up of Septic.
Oh, it feels bad to use 16 MP when the elevator's in the room right next to
I know, right? When it's like, oh, a couple more steps and I'd have seen it.
That's alright though. Being able to get your while the scout ability costs 16 MP, as long as you have at least one, you can still use the ability. So any little herb or anything should be able to get him back up and running, and they're not terribly hard to find.
This is true. Getting the troll stuck, I love it.
Yeah, the movement on both sides has been fantastic in this this match so far.
It's so clean. I like how other people do the, like, you know, the triangle circle to do the, like, stop and, like, let the monsters move around, and Sand's moving back and forth, which is what I do as well, because I get anxious. I don't know about Sand, but I'm like, I don't trust it. It's gonna go super fast.
Yeah, depending on what you're trying to do, sometimes it's better to just take a few steps. Because if you try to skip turns, like you said, it can really fly by if there's nothing on the screen, and if you're not fully paying attention or quick on your thumb buttons there, you can put yourself in a bad spot unintentionally.
This is going to sound extremely dumb, but I never thought of feeding a leva to the U-boat. It seemed so obvious, but my brain's just like, oh, use that on pickets.
Yeah, I mean, ooh.
Oh! I didn't see it. Oh.
I didn't see the boat troll there either. I was a little surprised.
I was so confused.
It looks like Septic using zoom strats on his U-boat there. Little rusty on it, perhaps, maybe. It is kind of a weird button combination to do as well. It's not one that you do very often, so it's pretty easy to mess something like that up.
Yeah, but he's also hit like every crack and elevation trap, I think. It got him stuck in a room earlier with a balloon.
It sucks when they essentially put you in a prison there. You can't get out, but everything else can still get in. It's so bad.
Oh, and then there are some situations where you can be hit, but you cannot do the hitting.
Yeah, those are I think a lot more uncommon, but yeah.
But when you find
that
them,
can also happen. Yeah, it's
bad.
yeah. Then I think in that situation, you usually have to opt for some kind of a spell ball, usually, because they can go through the corners and whatnot. Oh no! Okay, that was
Never mind.
Nice quick one there. I bet you his heart sank for a second there, though.
Yeah, I agree.
What do we got? Are we gonna have a friendly Maneva? No, we have a confused Maneva. Okay. Oh.
Please don't. I'm like, please don't hit with the high ground. That 1 in 8.
Yeah, Sand has traditionally been fairly unlucky with the 1 in 8 chances there.
It's very strange. He's gonna stand on the coins.
That's a nice little tactic for pickets there. Please take the ice shield off, Sandy. Okay, we're good.
No, he's committed to that.
He's carrying around a water ball as well. Oh, what kind of a spawn room is this? That's a holy bell. Yeah, absolutely.
I agree 1000%. Yeah, I don't blame. It's like, yep, if the room started out like this, how do I get out? Yes, please and thank you. Oh no, he accidentally ate the CC!
Oh, and it actually consumed it as well. Sometimes you can actually eat like some kind of a fruit and it'll say that like Ko doesn't like it or something, and it'll drop it on the ground, but unfortunately that was not the case with the CC.
Oh!
Oh no! Okay. We can deal with this.
Gonna make a friend. Oh my gosh!
What
okay, it didn't become fair. Whoa.
Oh, Sand's toying with my emotions now.
Or maybe it's the tower we can blame? Or do we blame SandKnight?
No, it's absolutely SandKnight in this case.
Okay. We blame SandKnight.
Spidey. Okay. I was say, I don't know if you can really go toe to toe with that spider, even with it being damaged. Fireball seems to be enough, though. And going up to 21. Well, Septic is still on 11. That's a 10 floor lead is pretty significant for these runners.
But the inventory is telling an entirely different story, and part of that is
true. That is very true.
SandKnight is definitely. Ooh, yes, we like that holy scroll. Thank you. Okay, don't play with things that blind and paralyze you this time. I beg, Sandy. Thank you. I mean, that's still playing with it, but I like the lift.
It's just
And a white. It's definitely better than the zoo. But Septic also has not made much use of the U-boat yet.
Yeah, he has been using it, but he's also still fighting because he's been saving his MP on the metal there, and that's a very good showcase of what, you know, trying to conserve MP or you know, while still trying to level up in things versus just going straight up the tower like Sand has opted to do. He got as much experience as he could quickly with his metal and then quickly threw it away. And it's made him a lot faster, but he's also running a little low on supplies. He's not terribly high level.
But he's got Palumpa rings.
He does, well, for the moment, yeah.
He's been using unicorn rings.
Yeah, the Palumpa definitely.
His lift rate has been fantastic. Oh, a little bit. That's not how that works. Yeah, that's how that works, though.
Okay. Just get out of here. I see the elevator. It's time to go.
There's also another. Oh. Please don't.
And that's gonna be a 2-shot kill for Septic on that Kraken. Yeah, I'm pretty sure a Kraken has like 55 hit points or something like that.
Feels good to see that. I was about to say he's got to go for that that herb. That's food for the boat.
Oh yeah, that's any kind of little herb or fruit is gonna be probably going out of his way for, if it's not too far out, because like you said, that U-boat is huge.
It feels so cheap to be like, oh, big 16 MP skill. I would like it with just 1 MP. Thank you. Good day.
Would you prefer if you actually needed the full 16 every time?
No, but then again, I haven't had U-boats that often. I like this choice. Just burn the corn.
Oh,
he's gonna
big
go for
4 damage on that Garuda from Septic.
I was gonna feel really bad if that was like a cure-all herb or... Actually, his block is gone. Okay, we don't need that.
Yeah, he's not using block anymore, and he's not cursed or anything, so cure-all is kind of meh at this point. He actually has a specific herb for a handful of the different things he'd actually want to cure as well, so...
The boat got levels up.
Which is good, that is good, just on the off chance that, you know, it takes a hit or hits a trap somewhere, it's not gonna just instantly die, so...
Or you want a heavier meat shield.
That too, yeah. With it being fire, it might
Ooh.
actually be able to take a hit from some things, like a stealth maybe, or...
Water made it silver. Oh, you know you want the... Not with that inventory. I'm like, poison ball. I like poison ball. Naps for energy. I'm like, this is fireball, yes? Yes. Bye-bye, Gorda.
Oh yeah, and this is... yeah, it's probably gonna be 2 hits, I would think, to kill this troll. Yeah.
Yeah, the AoE magic also... It takes so long to cast. Like, it's not as long as, you know, the U-boat spell.
Oh no, nowhere
By any
near
stretch.
that slow. But yeah, it is one of the longer animations compared to like the sword mix or anything like that. Yeah, it is pretty long. But they are really nice to use, and we don't. I mean, like especially in like an any percent type of run or anything like that, you absolutely do not ever use that kind of mixed magic. So it's nice to see it have a place.
They both just use the limit fruit on the little U-boat.
I missed where the elevator was on Sept. Oh, it's on the very top there. Okay.
Yeah,
Sand moving up to
he went through it
25,
really quick.
Though.
Ooh, a bell.
Holy bell? Familiar
bell.
Okay. I mean, with him having the space, I'd take it just on the off chance, you know?
Yeah, and he has been running around with the U-boat, despite it having no MP. I like his go fast.
Yeah, he's definitely picked up the pace a lot since he bagged his medal there.
Oh no.
Oh,
okay,
no.
things are asleep, but there's a block coming. Okay, he's good.
I've seen too many runners die to paralysis traps. My heart sinks a little bit every time I see him.
Paralysis and sleep. It's a barong!
Okay, what do we have to throw at it though? Oh, we're not gonna throw anything at it.
Oh, maybe he wants the coins.
Yeah, maybe.
He's just throwing it at a wall and it's stuck in his hand.
Oh no! At least
That
he
was
swapped
cute.
his shield.
Oh
He's
no!
only taking 11 instead.
You get out of that. Good job.
Okay. Okay.
It would have been nice to check
playing
that.
around with the parang now. We have another egg on floor 17 on Septic's side.
Oh, I don't think SandKnight found that one.
No, if he did, he fed it to his U-boat immediately. That might have been why he was running around with it, because it just had the extra MP, maybe. It's kind of a hard call with having a U-boat already. Is it worth the time to try and hatch for a specific monster? Because the only thing that's going to really make them go any faster is if they get a Garuda.
True.
And I think that's something like maybe a 16% chance on this floor, so it's not terribly high either.
It feels like it's higher. It isn't. But it feels like we see a lot of them.
Having the random starter and a random egg, it does make them a lot more common. I personally, I feel like if you're actually doing a speedrun of the game, they are just stupidly rare.
Oh!
Ooh, that's not good. At least the zoo is sleeping this time.
Yeah. At that point you can pick it up, but there's also that money the... Oh! And no exit. Oh no, wait, there is an exit. I just can't see. I don't know how anybody plays with the HUD. I feel like I am trying to watch the tower with a, furrowed brow. Yeah,
if at the very least I always put it on whatever the second option is, so it's going down the left side. I've always hated the default placement because you can't really see the top of the screen too much.
Yeah, I found I got taught whenever I wanted to learn how to game, and it's like, oh, you can get rid of this, and then I got rid of it completely. It's like, don't you wanna put it in a second position? Do I have to?
Nah.
No, but why don't you? That was also before, just slightly before state display, so it's like, Plushie, what are you doing? You have so much less information. It's like, good. I'd get less confused.
In a tournament setting where we're using state display, it's, a lot more acceptable, I guess, to play like that. Like Septic's playing like that right now. Because he can, if he looks off to the side with his state display window, he can see all of the irrelevant information, so it's not, doesn't need to be cluttering the screen or anything, but yeah, before that, I don't know, I've never seen anybody play with the whole HUD turned off like that before state display.
He'll cover up some of my
It was kind of
display.
wild. It's kind of wild because you just like go crazy lifting everything. Do you know how much HP you have? Nope. It doesn't matter. I'm either gonna get the lift or I'm gonna die, so it doesn't matter.
You get it! Andara just keeps going back. And Septic's closing the gap by quite a bit, but he's also...
Yeah. And Sand's running into some trouble with these snowmen. He doesn't have anything to deal with.
That wasn't the one he
these.
holied? No, it isn't. Because he had that one in a different room. My brain.
Just these floors in general are just usually pretty difficult to get through. Yeah, the snowmen, the Manevas, I mean even the Mandara are probably the weakest thing on these floors, and they're pretty tanky just for the fact that they're water monsters. And it doesn't really get much easier.
Oh no!
Oh, that crit!
And a crit. I hate it. I hate it a lot.
It didn't feel good at all.
Mm-mm.
Okay, that Maneva's permanently taken care of.
Just hopefully you don't need to go back to that room for any reason. U-boat, good. Oh, feed
He's
the
got
whole
a nice
pizza.
stock of pitas now, though.
Another crack trap for Septic side, because of course. Oh no. Is there...
Oh, and he doesn't have his roam herb anymore. He's... Okay.
He could have... Could he look at the map in that situation? I think they cut it off, but he just used the U-boat, so...
I'm pretty sure that everything is blacked out. Even if you had, like, used star glasses or something, you can only see...
I think so, too. Also, I found out in practice that if you use the poison ball, it hits you and your monster, and everything's sad.
You can poison yourself with a poison ball?
Whenever you're blind, yes. I didn't know that.
I had no idea about that either.
I thought it might get my monster, but it got me too, and I was like, okay, apparently blind. I am also dumb.
And floor
Goodbye,
31 on Sand's side. Do we get to see Beldo?
Beldo hype!
We do. Floor 31 hype. Now we won't know what's actually in this room until Beldo goes away. Is it a good spawn or a bad one?
It's awful. Is he gonna go for the lift?
It's kind of in between.
Holy Bell's always good.
I don't think he can. I think if he goes... Oh, that was pretty risky. Even having the water shield on there, I want to say that he was within kill range of a crit or something.
Oh yeah, especially because the thing likes to crit. This is a really great showcase.
I'd really like him to use that one of those medicinal herbs. I realize he's trying to hold him for his U-boat, but he kind of needs one just so he doesn't accidentally run into something and get murdered.
Oh, I am learning and understanding this spirit. The only thing I don't like is the HUD. I legitimately keep trying to open my eyes when I look at his side of the match. But Septic's showing like really great preservation, and SandKnight is showing just go, and I love both.
Ooh. And
Poison.
the real slow trap on Septic's side.
And it's probably smart. Oh, I thought he was gonna take all of it before he went to the next floor.
Yeah, I kind of expected him to let that wear off.
Because that could be a really spooky situation. It seems pretty chill, but...
Yeah, and more to your point though, Plushie, I fully agree. We're seeing two completely different playstyles here. Septic is managing and preserving his AoE spells very, very well here. Sand... Ooh.
And it's crazy, and I love it.
Sand just going...
Oh, there's a thing behind you!
Pretty much pure speed, and it's... maybe biting him a little bit. He doesn't have any fireballs. This
Pick
is
it up,
not
walk
good.
into the room, holy it.
Yeah.
That's all you got.
Oh, hopefully that ball is something good.
He doesn't even need to hold it. Good job. Awesome. Just smooth. Only smooth.
Oh, go back for the
And
ball.
interesting.
Oh, no. It's so scary being on these floors without any way to take care of golems. They can be a pretty common monster on these
And he
floors.
saw it on the turn in. Just roam. On the room. He's got so many herbs and he's running out of floors he'd be able to use the thing on. Like that one he saw it on the turn in.
Yeah, and Septic is, while he
Going for
closed
there.
that gap earlier, he's starting to lose it again.
He did sit to play with the barong.
Yeah.
He got a
which,
star out
I
of it,
mean,
which when you have a U-boat. Well, then again, he doesn't have the herbs and stuff that SandKnight has. Like he's gone through them, but consistently SandKnight has been picking up more and more herbs, where Septic is not. The lefts and the rights. That's what you do with the zoo.
burn him from afar. Don't even give him a chance. 36 for Sand.
Oof. It's getting close.
Ooh. Okay.
Oh gosh. Like you know it's not gonna hit. You know it's easy to avoid.
That's a little surprising. I was gonna say I didn't think a golem could go off of the like the map like that, and apparently he can't. I'm not sure why he tried to charge up his punch there.
Because he's hungry like the boat troll.
Boat?
tries.
Whoa. Okay, we got wind. Okay, just going to try and walk by it, maybe?
Oh, he doesn't have a charge though.
Yeah, he's got the ball,
think
but no
I'd walk
charge
away.
in it.
Oh. I see.
More
Oh,
star
I see
glasses
more.
on Septic side.
Just putting it back. You never want to go back, but with those monsters, I see why.
Yeah, he doesn't really have much
There's a
choice.
ball.
He can check
There's
the
a
ball
ball.
now, though. Oh,
Oh.
and it's a fireball. He can totally kill that now, because he made that win.
Oh, you're facing the right way. Thank you. I got scared. I was like, don't do it me. That's good.
29 on Septic. He's closing the gap a little bit. He does need to really pick up the pace here, though, if he's wants
Again.
to stand a chance here.
I don't think that's gonna work.
Oh, and he
Time
still
to
has the
go.
fire shield on. That's gonna hurt. Oh, yeah, that hurt real bad.
Oh.
He needs to take that fire shield off.
I didn't even think about the fire shield, but I've learned. Learning hurts in Azure Dreams. Good job.
I
Right in straight
expected
for it. He
it to
needs to.
hurt, but 62 damage, that's more than I was expecting. That's an insane amount of damage.
This is good. He needs to know which direction he's fighting in, because this is very monster dense.
Okay, he's on the right path, but again, he doesn't really have much to deal with this.
That's two of them.
Is there an egg in that room? That was a really weird move from the maximum there. Their AI is set up that they'll like patrol a room if there's an egg in it, but I guess it was just some weird movement. Sometimes going into a room, they decide to go back out the same entrance that they came in from.
Well, it's actually a very good spot to use this.
Septic having great use of his mixed magic here, being water. 2 tyrants and that killer there. Took 3 casts to kill the killer there, but he did gain a couple levels there, so...
3, in fact. SandKnight's giving me a heart attack right now.
Yeah, he has 2 med herbs that he's just refusing to use. I don't like him running around this low HP, but... Oh, a single misstep is death here.
You've never seen it do that weird move?
Okay,
There we go.
I like that. I like that. What, try to do a charge punch like over the floor tiles?
Yeah.
It's happened to me before, but it's not exactly a common thing that I've seen. No.
Ah.
I'm not even sure why they try to do it, considering that they can't attack over those. You can shoot over floor tiles like that with like a spell ball, or I'm pretty sure that bow trolls can shoot over them as well.
And now it's gonna be time for Septic to catch up.
Yep, floor
SandKnight,
33.
this floor is not kind to want to go fast. You'd think it would be with the 4-way, but there's no
Yeah.
openings on the corners, so...
Yeah, this floor has been pretty rough to SandKnight. He's losing.
Follow the middle.
He's really bleeding time
Oh,
here.
no, wait.
Septic has caught up significantly. Only 3 floors behind now. Sand does know where he needs to go, though. It's just a matter of if the monsters
It's
letting
so
him
monster
get there.
dense. He's even killed a few, and still, it's very.
Oh,
Oh no,
and now
there's another iceberg.
Oh, he's getting pincered really bad here. I think he's hoping it'll get the ice kick. He can only take 1 more hit. Now he needs. Oh, I think he's.
Good for your life. But they're. Oh my god, there's no way he can avoid unless he's just lucky.
They're just.
Because they're gonna.
Yeah,
they're gonna scoot.
They're eventually just gonna kick ice at him, and there's nothing he can do about it. I think that's. Yep, that's game. Unfortunately, SandKnight goes down on 36. After a real struggle on that floor. That floor was absurdly difficult there. He played it rather well, though.
He really did. But we still got to see some Septic catch up a couple more floors. Did he see it on the turn-in?
Septic just reaching.
Oh, and
34.
there was a blaze ball. If he'd have seen it, there was a blaze ball.
Yeah, that would have helped him a lot. Actually, he would have been able to take out the one of the golems that was like right in his face to begin with, and that might have made all the difference. Knows where the exit is to 36.
There's another crack trap, because of course there is, but that kind of works in his favor.
Okay, we are tied up now. All Septic needs to do is hit floor 37, and he takes his 2nd win.
Are we gonna see a friendly 3rd?
I would think so. I haven't asked her or anything, but I think it's pretty safe to assume we'll see a friendly 3rd here. Now, whether they do some kind of an agreement for like a familiar list run or something, I also don't have any insight to that. But it has typically been tradition to do some kind of like a challenge type run for a friendly 3rd, so there's potential for that as well. We'll see. This floor being significantly kinder to Septic already. That blaze ball might have really been the key to making this not so bad of a floor. And just like that, Septic takes round 2 and a win actually for this. So yeah, it might have really come down to just that blaze ball.
Oh god, look at that room.
I think that's a holy pill in my book.
These 2 of them are sleeping, so he's going for the holy scroll. I like the play.
Do we want to try and see if Septic can finish this run? He is on floor 37, and we still have some
I'd love to see.
time.
His inventory is quite good as well.
It does look. Oh, okay. Yeah, we're not gonna see a friendly 3rd. Tower's been a little mean today, so I can understand that.
Oh, but it was so good.
It was. They were really good matches. So we'll let Septic try and reach 40 here. Since we're not going to have another match anyway, then we'll try and get our runners in here for a quick interview. Oh, looks like one of them's here already. Hello, SandKnight.
Hey, hello guys, how's it going?
What a set of seeds, man.
Wasn't it, eh? The glacier bunker at the end just didn't want to let me in.
You had so much trouble on that floor, and Septic ended up finding a blaze ball like on the floor right before he went up to that, and that it looked like taking out that golem in the starting room was the key to making that floor go from completely awful to not really too bad.
Yeah, I still had fireball charges. That was not a problem. It's just that it was only glacier, and I would have needed like what 3 charges at that level.
Yeah, something absurd like that. Yeah, and it was just, oh man. You
Yeah.
played it well, it was just,
Yeah.
you know, you stuck around on that floor too long and you got pincered and,
Yeah, I played a patient game, and that didn't pay off. But I'm pretty proud about plays I did. I'm sure people will see, but yeah, that was quite a pinch that someone was like, "Okay, I'm done for." Okay, no, maybe if I try this. Okay, no, now I'm done for. Unless I.
And Septic reaches floor 40.
Oh,
he should be joining us
GG.
any moment now. There he is. Hello, Septic. Congratulations
hello.
on your win, sir.
GG Septic.
Those
He
are
just
some fun
both of you.
speeds.
It was so fun to watch. And y'all played very differently. It was really great to watch.
Yeah, this third seed, man, you guys played it polar opposites, and I loved every second of it.
Exactly.
Yeah, we play differently. You mean Septic plays well, and I just rush like a madman. Is that what we're talking about?
I mean, I'm not gonna say you're wrong, but
Sure.
Madman suits, but also, there was a lot of good, smooth, fluid movements on both sides, and SandKnight lost monsters early and just room, and the speed was great. There was a few snags for sure. You had a lot of traps, and then Septic was mostly just having to deal with stepping on cracks,
Yeah,
including
quite a
being
few
stuck at a.
cracks.
There were so
Yeah.
many. One of them stuck you in a room with a blue. And it was
yeah,
just
a lot
like
of your a lot of your crack and upheaval traps ended up making like little prison rooms, which was interesting. But this last seed, man, I kind of want to get your like your thought process behind it, because Septic, you used the metal pretty successfully all the way up to 40, and Sand, you kind of blew through all of his MP by like floor 10 and then abandoned him and just went with the U-boat from there. So I'm like, I don't know, I think in my shoes I probably would have went down more towards Septic's route, because I'm familiar with the AoE magic and all of that, but there's something to be said about, you know, essentially going familiarless, and you did have a pretty sizable lead for most of that last seed. So what do you guys have to say about it?
That was the play, because to be honest, Septic is a very good player. So I knew that I was trying to put myself in his shoes, and I knew he was gonna like, in a tournament, gonna like a little bit of comfort. So my thought process was pretty much, what is the comfort level of Septic before he starts gunning it? And I need to be one step more uncomfortable. Like, and so when I saw that medal, I was like, this is a fantastic bet, but screw that. I'm using that MP to go from 7 to 9. And then I found that CC, and I'm like, okay, I might use it once or twice on floor 10 just to get XP. And then that's it. And yeah, I think it was paying off, because realistically I was in front, but obviously spending much more resources, and at the end I just ran out.
Yeah, I kind of saw it and I thought it was like maybe you were just using what you could out of the block before you started just going all U-boat, and then you just kept. Interestingly, you found lots of herbs, and Septic didn't find quite as many. Like, there were a lot of them, but you definitely made a lot of use of them.
I never needed it. Yeah, I always had something.
And the speed was beautiful.
Thanks.
I think at some point you had like a 10 or 11 floor lead on Septic in the second seed, because you were going with the you know, having a star glass every floor. You know exactly where you were going. You had a decent inventory, so it's just like boom, 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 boom. Just kept going up and up and up. And Septic's trying to, you know, fight where he can and whatnot. Not that he wasn't using the U-boat as well, but
Septic was building an army.
Oh yeah, yeah, a little bit, yeah. What's your thought process on this second seed?
Mine was like, I love the AoE magic. It's MP heavy, but I absolutely love it. And when I saw the boat was our starter, I was like, I don't even know if I can make this thing work as a fighter. And then I hatched the egg, and I was like, metal. Okay, you're the guard, you're the scout, do your roles. And that's
was-
literally, I was role playing this run. I was basically letting the metal deal with all the issues I would run into, and I think I started actually using the boat as a scout around floor 12 or 13. I didn't actually use them early.
Yes, Sam started using it a little earlier than you did as well.
Yeah, 11, 12. When I saw the first crack, it must have been 12. Yeah.
How was it whenever you started the run with a wind palumpa?
Well, I don't know.
even
You
know.
reacted. I don't know. You reacted to that, but to me and knowing you, it was like, okay, this is a duel. Palumpa until it dies, and sadly, it died very early. Even though I tried. And I'm like, okay, as soon as I find a resurrection scroll, he's back on track, but I never did. So I was like, alright, then Viper it is. Viper stays alive for like 2 minutes, and I'm like, okay,
And then
ears cracking.
yeah, you sent them both home, and then like 5 floors later, you did end up
Yep.
finding a
Yeah,
restore
yeah.
scroll. It felt so bad.
Obviously.
Yeah, when I saw the Viper, I was like, Palumpa it is, and I kept him alive, and there was one moment that like I'm like the run is the Palumpa percent is dead because I hit a warp trap, and there was a monster heading towards the room where Palumpa was, so I couldn't AI1 him. I just if I AI1'd him, that monster would have caught up and killed him. So
Mine died because it was low on health and it decided to heal itself and then died instead of attacking or, well, wind cuttering with me, and then we would have won.
yeah,
The New York conundrum.
that's actually one of the hardest things I think to keep track of with
Yeah.
like Nell or Newell and Palumpa. It's
Yeah.
like, what is that threshold? Can you calculate it in your head where they're going to override what you want and do
Yeah.
what they want?
There was a play, and I don't know if you guys catched it on comment, maybe not, but there's one play I'm super proud of. At some point, there's like a spider running at me, and I'm running away from it for quite a while, and I enter a room where there's another spider sleeping, and the
Oh yeah,
exit of the room is uneven, and I just picked up the sleeping one and put it as a block. And
Oh
just
yeah,
walked
we
That was
we
my
saw
favorite.
that.
I was
We
so
saw
excited.
that. Yes.
I was
yeah.
I was watching. I'm like, come on, please, like, please do it, please do it. I was like a kid at Christmas. I was happy.
It was a beautiful move, man. I've never quite seen it done like that before, and I loved it. It was beautiful, man.
With
Like,
the
this is the
elevation
spider-
advantage.
Yeah.
The spider room.
This is the spider room now. Bye.
Just like Legend of Zelda spider.
So, did any of you want to have like I don't know, like another favorite moment or I don't know, some kind of an individual thought before we head out here?
Just thanks a lot for the race, Sam. Like, this was a lot of fun.
It really was. It really was, and it's fun to play against you. You're a very strong player, and it's very nice to play super well and still lose. It means that the power level is just getting higher, and that's very nice. Like, I'm a decent player, but I like knowing that this community is just getting so out of control. But people around branches know stuff, right? I'm gonna get you down. Maybe not versus me, but I'll find a way to get you down. That being said, yeah, I do have a final thought. I want to say a gigantic thank you to SpeedGaming. And there's going to be a lot of thanks, I'm sure, before we head out. But specifically today, I know it was a rough day for them, or yesterday as well. And they've been working extremely hard to make sure that there's still matches that can happen. And they've been very trusting with us, and we're very happy to help and make sure that they can just go back to where they were. So thank you very much for the hard work you did behind the scene, especially today, because I know it was a rough day.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a little bit of a rough going here, and we're glad that we can help out wherever we can. So It was
Yes.
a wonderful match today, guys. I really appreciate you guys stepping up and filling in an empty slot for us here. Plushy, thanks for helping me out on commentary, even though I was late. And John, thanks for helping out as well, filling in for me. I really appreciate that. It's been too long since I've been able to do commentary with my new work schedule, so I was really looking forward to covering this match. So
I was
Thank you,
too. I
Revan.
heard it was canceled. I woke up 10 minutes before and got messages like, oh gosh, I need to get there.
it was a little bit of a scramble at the end there, but we got it done. So thanks everybody, and again, thank you to Speed Gaming so much for allowing us to do this, and we'll see you
Absolutely.
again tomorrow, I believe at 5 p.m. Eastern, for my match with Deme, I believe.
Isn't it 1 p.m.?
No,
Okay.
definitely not one.
Thank you very much, Revan, as well.
And no questions from chat, but they're giving all kinds of GGs from Daniel Hall and The Void and Just Duma. Oh, GGs.
Oh, yeah.
That was an absolutely great match to watch. Y'all are going to have fun watching it back.
That's what I'm going to do next.
Awesome. And thank y'all so
Bye-bye.
much. It's been fantastic. Bye-bye.
Bye everybody.
Bye, everybody.